this is Mari Lane from the Buying Space channel. I have two envelopes in front of me from the same reseller. And what happened was this gentleman decided to take a break. He took like a 2-month break. I ordered both of these, the contents of both these envelopes 2 months ago. And then I went in his live chat, and he came on somebody else's channel, and he was upset, and he said his family was in financial crisis, and he said he was going to take a break, and he didn't know if he was going to come back to reselling or not. 2 months later, I go to his live. He's on. No mention of my merchandise in between. And he's asked if I picked up my stuff. And both of these arrived January 6th, which is Epiphany. And they were both mailed the same day. And I don't know why he didn't put them in the same envelope. Even if they had already put them in separate envelopes, you could get a bigger envelope and put it in one and give me combined shipping. So, also, if you haven't fulfilled an order or sent an invoice in over a month, you need to contact the buyer and say, do you still want this? Because I have a monthly budget, and I expect I'll pay all my invoices within that month. I usually don't like to buy during the last week of the month because I don't want to bleed over into the next month if I've spent my budget. And you can do that. You can order like 2 days ahead of the first of the month, and then count that in your budget the next month. But when the next month comes, you're short on your budget that much, and I don't like to do that. Look at that as like borrowing money. So I spent my monthly budget for December, and I didn't expect to receive these at all ever, because he announced that he was not going to resell anymore. Well, after the holiday, I guess in the new year, he decided he was going to sell again, and he just shipped these out to me and didn't invoice me or anything. So I've already spent my December money. We're into January, and I've spent my January money. I spent it within the first week. I don't like to tell people that. This will probably air in February because of that. Where I'll have a new budget, because a lot of times you're treated with respect to the depth of your wallet when you go into a room. And I keep my cards close to my chest as far as how much I spend and what my budget is and how I work things. And I always have, because I want to be treated the same every time I go into a chat room. And I don't want it to be like, oh, it's the last week of the month. Myra probably won't be buying anything. She's going to come in here and tell some dad jokes or say something really weird that will have to be explained. And or that the host or one of the co-hosts won't understand because it's a private joke with somebody else in the chat or one person on the panel. I tend to do that, but I'll do that when I have money. So don't think that if I'm telling a dad joke that means I'm broke. That can happen at any time. But anyway, from now on, if I don't get an email or invoice within 48 hours, and I mean business days, like if it's like we've got Martin Luther King Jr. Day coming up. If I buy something on Thursday, I would expect an invoice by Tuesday. But long weekends are rare, and I have started the habit of not paying any invoices on Sunday. So I used to pay my invoices all the same day, but now I wait a day after receipt. Those of you that say your invoices are due immediately, well, I want my invoice immediately then, and I want my package sent out immediately as soon as I pay it. See, if you want immediate, it has to be mutual on both sides. So if you want immediate payment, I want immediate shipping. So, you can't be any harder on me than I am on you, and vice versa. So, but 2 months, and then you ship without invoicing or contacting me or anything, and I come in alive, and you act like I don't pay invoices on a 2 month old order when you haven't contacted me. My email address and my real name, and or not physical address, but my post office box are on my about page. And mods, you don't have to have permission to share that information if it's on an about page, because little old ladies in the Philippines that like to sing karaoke can go on my about page and see that. So it's pretty much public information if it's on somebody's about page. You don't have to hold any information back. I appreciate those of you that have played protector. Don't do that. If I have any issues with anyone, I want to resolve them. So if it's on my about page, it's public information. You can go ahead and share that. The person that I purchased this from could have gone to my about page and seen my information there. There are tons of people in the community. Even the person that he partners with the most, I sent her an email to give my information to him, and she never did it. So he doesn't know that, though, that I sent an email to the person that he partners with the most on the auctions and asked her to give it to him. And evidently she did not, or he never received the email, but that was never communicated. And a lot of times you go to auctions and you don't know a seller's email address, or you don't know the information, or if you're like me, you just pop in for a minute and pop out and you don't get the information. You don't want to tell me and others that do that not to do that, because you're going to lose business. But if you tell something at the beginning of the auction or the sale, and somebody comes in 20 minutes later and you've changed all your policy and they buy something, they're not going to know that. So you have to inform them. And when they make a purchase, especially if you know that they weren't there in the beginning, they popped in late, you have to inform them of what's going on, or ask them to read your description and put the information in your description. You can't expect your customers to be psychic. So it's a two-way street with communication. And, I'm open book. Anybody can email me anytime, and my information's on my about page. But 2 months, no invoice, no communication, boom, and sent in separate packages with two separate invoices that include postage. I'm not okay with this. This is not good practice. I wish this gentleman all the luck in the world in his future auctions, but I'm not going to buy from him anymore, and I wouldn't recommend that anyone else buy from him. I think he went ahead and boom and said this because he thought, well, Myra will do an unboxing. Well, Myra's tired of being used for free promotions. Just saying, especially with people that are just doing things to get that free promotion. If you want to send me samples of what you sell, and I'll do an unboxing for you in the future, that's okay. But I don't feel this is fair. After 2 months, and you mail it with no word to me, and you ship it separately. I'm just still kind of in shock over this, but it's okay. I will do unboxings for these, and I'm making this separate video on what not to do, so that whatever value I'm getting from these products will not be mixed in with the tardiness and the miscommunication, or no communication with this seller, because life is rough, and I don't want to put the seller's name to this. I just don't. But people will figure it out, and that's okay. But I'm not going to do it in the same video because there's only going to be a few people that will know. And if it's not, the pot is not stirred, it will lie dormant and it'll go away quickly, and that'll be that. So just think about things from your buyer's points of view, and have a wonderful and blessed day, everyone.